We all go a little mad sometimes.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
They're here.
Hi, I'm a titty-sucking parasite, Lee.
And I'm Dead by Dawn! Nathan.
Dawn!
Davenport.
And you're listening to
They're Here.
Podcast
A discussion
and dissection
of all things horror
fear
and the macabre. Yeah, it was literally McCord on the cob.
We have absolutely just taken out disembowelment or whatever. There was another D
Was there
word in
disembowelment? Dissection
There was totally
and
another D
disembowelment. Yeah, it
word. We
was.
just took it
Dissection
out.
and
It
disembowelment.
flows better the other way.
Alright. Whatever.
So we're jumping to the end of a franchise for now.
Or the latest in a
yeah.
franchise, not the end.
At the end, but
Because I want more.
it's the newest, yeah, for sure. We'll get to the rest. But week of release for Evil Dead Rise.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, this movie,
Yeah.
I tell you.
Oh my god. Can we just let's talk about a score. Let's give it a score, right? Out of 5 stars,
I give it a B.
you give it a B.
I give it a B.
I give it a 4-star. I'm gonna give it a 4-star. It's a B. It's a solid B. It is definitely a solid B.
Yeah, 4 stars out of 5.
I think yeah.
Okay.
Like if I was like I think I said this to you. My only gripe was a certain which I'll get to because there was only one thing that I was kind of like meh about. But other than that, I fucking really enjoyed this movie. I loved it. I thought it was great.
I did too. It just felt like the least Evil Dead movie to me.
Is that because it's in an apartment block?
I think that is a big factor to it. But
Okay.
I don't know. I think like...
Now let me tell you why you're wrong.
See, I don't know. I think like for Evil Dead, I think The Cabin in the Woods. You know what I mean? And again, I know you can't just do that every
And
single
a tree
time.
that rapes you.
There's a lack of rape in this movie. But I don't know. I did like this movie. It just... I think they could have gone
Further.
further. I
Okay.
think they could have pushed the envelope a little bit more.
Okay. Alright.
But yeah, I even said it to you guys. This was like my least favorite one, but that doesn't mean that I didn't like it. I just really liked the other ones.
Yeah.
You know?
Can I just get something out of the way about the cinema itself?
No. So...
Fuck you.
Go ahead.
So, the only thing I will say is about the viewing experience is it just cannot be dark and spooky for more than 5 minutes without some asshole lifting their phone and trying to capture shite for like Snapchat or their Insta story.
Yeah.
That is the only thing that really kind of irked me.
Or answering an email.
Listen, we won't go there. Next time, bitch.
We also
Not
went
this
to go see
time.
Aliens,
Next
like, 2
time,
days
bitch.
ago. Yeah.
So, I just like while I can understand something like a first viewing of a franchise like Evil Dead is a big thing, and getting that title sequence is a big thing. Not, I mean, it took me out. Like every few, we just it would like someone over
Take
the
your
back of
flash
your
off.
head would like flash their camera because they were trying to get a certain shot of something in the film.
Or people were coming in late and
Like 15,
having
20 minutes
having
in.
their phones out to like look where their seat is. And it's like the cinema is lit up so that you can tell where you're going.
Exactly.
You know, it's like you know where the steps are, you know where your seats are.
Or here's
But you
the
don't need to
thing.
get your phone out and have your full flashlight out. It's
Exactly.
distracting.
Like, or here's the thing. Just be on time.
Just be on time. A couple of years
That's
ago,
a reason why there's a showing time.
like back in the day, they wouldn't have let you in after a certain
Exactly.
point, you
The
know?
usher would have been like, no, fuck off, get
Exactly,
out.
you gotta go for the
Exactly.
next one.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was Alfred Hitchcock was like adamant for stuff like that, especially for like Psycho, where he was
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't want people coming in the middle of the movie. Like they can come into the start or they can go see the next showing.
Exactly.
'Cause it's gonna ruin the whole thing.
I loved that era when directors had that power
Or it's
over
like
that.
when you go see live theater now, it's like, get to your seats, or we're not gonna let you in.
Exactly.
You know, because you're gonna distract from the show.
Mm-hmm,
Title sequence though,
Oh my god.
it was so
I
fucking cool.
I remember turning to, I think I even grabbed you and I was
Yeah.
like, this is gonna be fucking great.
God, it was really cool. Now, I will say, this opening couple of minutes are the most Raimi of the whole movie.
Oh, totally.
But it's this that was lacking for me.
Okay.
There was not a lot of Raimi-isms or shots throughout this movie. But I guess...
But it was this that was kind of the most Raimi.
It was, because the opening is literally like the rush through the woods or whatever like that. And then it's shown to be a drone shot. Which is whatever. That doesn't bother me.
That was the one thing I looked at and I was going like... Is this a point of view? Is this meant to be like a reference to a point of view of a demon? But then I thought, demons don't just pause, lift, and then go down. Because I was looking at going like, that looks kind of janky. What's going on there? And then obviously it turns out to be a drone. But I was looking at it going like, huh?
Which is cool. I will say, I really, really enjoyed this opening scene.
Yes.
Which is not something we're kind of used to with the Evil Dead series. I mean, like, we've only kind of gotten like a big opener in... the second one, and
that kind of rush title card string moment,
and then with 2013, which is one of my favorite scenes in the Evil Dead franchise in general, the chick tied to the fucking thing, which always bothered me that they never went back to that little cult. You know, it's like
that would be a great idea for like
one
of the sequels.
These together seriously. I do have ideas for where they can go with this, like with this portion of the franchise. But
I will say it is directed by Lee Cronin. So if you don't know, Irish.
Yeah.
What?
So this was also filmed
Homeboy is representing. What can I say?
Whoa, the caucasity of that sentence. But also some of this, very, very small sections of this were filmed in Ireland as well.
Yes.
But most of it was shot in New Zealand.
Which I did not know.
You couldn't tell by the way people are talking?
Well, no, I could tell by the accents, but I didn't realise that what I was actually watching was, like, could have been somewhere in, like, Massachusetts for, like, the cabin scene, and then in New York, you know.
The cabin scene is gorgeous, though. This little triangular cabin.
We love a triangular reference.
Yeah.
It's always good. I think I turned to you and was like, we love a good triangle reference.
Exactly. But it was gorgeous. I think...
oh, sorry. Just before we really do get into it, I think we should say, spoiler alert, we gonna be fucking talking about this movie. Like, if you haven't watched this movie, go watch it, come back. We ain't holding back. We gonna talk about shit. We gonna talk about Spider Mother at the end. We're gonna talk about everything. So y'all fucking go watch this shit first.
Like, that just kind of goes without saying for this podcast. Like, we're not gonna talk for an hour and a half and not spoil this shit for you.
Exactly. If you want that, go to the 5-minute like movie reviews on YouTube, and that's it.
But this opener is really, really cool. So it's two cousins and one of the cousins' boyfriends, and
she just can't get a break reading her Wuthering Heights. What can I say?
No, cousin A is sitting on the dock.
Cousin A.
I don't know what her fucking name is. Cousin A is sitting on the dock and she's reading her thing. She gets. We think she's going to be the first victim, which she kind of is, but we think it's going to come like sooner than it is because the drone pulls straight up to her and then it just whizzes past her. So we're kind of like, what the fuck? And it's cousin B's boyfriend just like fucking around on the drone or whatever and like pissing into the lake or whatever. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna go check on cousin B. Yeah. And she goes in and she's like curled up on the bed and she's all like hunched over and we don't see her face or anything. And this is referential of the first movie with Cheryl, because she is able to do the Jack of Diamonds, Ace of
Spades. Yeah.
So
I saw that reference. I was
she's
like,
reading Wuthering Heights
by Emily Bronte.
To cousin B is reading it to cousin A, but cousin A is the one holding the book.
Yeah.
So she's like doing all that, and then she turns to her and she's just upright on the bed, and then just kind of like falls over.
Yeah, she sort of does this whole kind of like invisible reading sequence because the camera is pointed down, looking at her from the back behind, and then pointing down at the book.
Yeah.
And I actually looked up the quote that they were reading, and for context of why it's actually put in the film at that scene,
like Blood in the Stone or something.
Yeah, they were basically the murdered is haunting the murderer in that scene, and it's a dream sequence, but like it is really creepy.
Let me in.
And it just goes, terror made me cruel, and finding it useless to attempt shaking the creature off, I pulled its wrists onto the broken pane and rubbed it to and fro till the blood ran down and soaked the bedclothes. Still it wailed, let me in.
That's also the Kate Bush reference in what she's referencing in Wuthering Heights,
yeah. And it's like, to make it even creepier, the murdered Catherine appears to Heathcliff, the murderer, as a fully grown, thinning woman with that's wrapped in baby clothes, but she appears to him with a child's face rather than a fully grown woman's face, and she goes from like really sweet to a demonic level of shouting, "Let me in."
I mean, this literally is what the chorus for Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush is exclusively referencing.
But it's done very well, and it's a great reference to what is kind of the rest of the film, being that the mother is like, yo, let me the fuck in so I can traumatize you and kill you and eat your souls and blah blah.
There's borderline almost too much of that for me in this movie. It's a lot of just like, let me in, and it's like, just get in. Like, just get in and have it happen, you know? But oh my god, she falls off the bed, cousin A goes over to see, and she's playing with this like ponytail plait or whatever on the side, and she just gets her fucking ponytail ripped the fuck off, scalp and all.
Bitch.
It's so good.
It was satisfying to look at.
Because they showed us that in the first trailer, and the whole time it was just like, when am I going to see this bitch's
scalp
off, you know?
It was one of three things in particular, and the other two are like later on. But like, this is the one thing that I was looking at going like, I think it was the fact that, now we didn't see the actual scalping itself in the trailer, we just saw the aftermath of it.
Oh, in the Red Band trailer we see the scalp come off.
Oh yeah. And I think that was the thing that sold me on going to watch it.
It's,
you know, like purely alone.
To the floor in the dock.
Oh, you know? And like she just like collapses down. Oh, it's great. And you just see like it like her skull, but her skin from the sides is just like flopping over to one side. And you're just like, oh, it's gross, but I love it.
And now we get kind of one of my favorite Deadite looks from the whole franchise in this. I don't know why, but it's so simple. She goes out and she grabs her boyfriend's drone. And he's just kind of flying there
midair,
and she just throws it in her own face and just slashes her own face open. But me and Lena turned to each other and we were like, honestly, that's cunt. Because like, she's just got the, do you know what it actually
Hey Lena, shout out to you.
Have you ever seen Return of the Living Dead Part 3?
Yes.
Very good. When she like mutilates herself because the pain helps her not eat.
And it almost looks tribal-esque.
It is, because it's these two massive gashes, like symmetrical gashes under her eyes, but like, I don't know, I just think it looks so fucking cool. Because she then falls into the water and her boyfriend jumps in after her or whatever, and we don't see what happens to him. He's just kind of alerted to what happened. Or to
it's a very Jaws-esque moment where he goes up and then comes back down.
And the water just turns red.
I love it.
Because he sees cousin A come out and she's just got no scalp and she's alive. Yeah. She doesn't die.
I don't think, not that I've personal experience with hair falling out or anything like that. Cough, cough. But like, I think something like that would probably send you into shock more so than kill you straight away.
Well,
although I can't
it's your scalp. Like, you're not going to die from blood loss because she wasn't.
You can't, because like from underneath your hair, literally between your scalp and your cranium, there is nothing. There's no muscle just there or anything. So if that comes off, you're not going to actually feel that. You'll be weak, but you're not going to actually feel it because the nerve endings are a little bit lower than your hair follicles.
Which is what always pissed me off about Oren's death in Kill Bill, because
but she like straight up got the top of her cranium cut off.
No.
Nor,
because there's still a dome under there.
Are you sure? I thought you could see her brain.
No, there's at least still skull there. But also, how the fuck would that work? That, like, how can you see her brain but her skull is gone? Like, how is that still there? Like, how does the skull come off? Whatever. But also the fact of how tall the prosthetic is stacked on her head always pissed me off.
Love that.
But, she just floats up out of the water. At first we see just her face with these two like big gashes, and the eye design for this as well.
That's the one thing I really want to praise them for. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the yellow-orange sclera lenses. I love that. I think it's really cool. but I did love the slight change of turning them almost cat eye like, where it's not a slit iris or anything.
Tiny
It's got like this sort of like reflecting thing that comes from like the back of the eye, and I was like, yes, this is just fucking. And like especially like Alyssa Sutherland's like look later on, she has the almost Pennywise thing where one eye is looking at you and the other eye is searching for you, and you're just like, oh, I like that.
You see, that to me gives credence as to why it's 3 different books, because
these are different demons and shit.
Exactly. Canonically, in my head, it's 3 different books, 3 different or 3 different types of possessions. So we have white eyes, like solid white eyes, in the first 3 movies.
Yeah.
Then we have the kind of more plain yellow red.
I call it the Sauron eye kind of look.
It is. It's just kind of like a more generic evil eye look, which does change towards the end of the film. And then this, which is kind of almost like iridescent, clear. You can almost see through the whole eye, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Look, but when she comes up out of the water, she rises, and so does the title card in the back. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
It's like when you see an amazing like lip sync performance on Drag Race. You want to get out of your chair going, yes, that's it, that's what you want, work.
It is.
You know?
We were literally all kind of like, ooh.
Yeah. I knew from that moment that this film was going to be fucking epic. Yeah. I loved it. I was sold from that, you know? It was really good.
It always reminded me of the same kind of feeling I had probably the last time in cinema is in the first Conjuring movie, where the title card scrolls up from the bottom, where I was just like, oh shit, dude, we're doing this, we're doing the Amityville thing. Yeah. But it was just so fucking cool. And then that's kind of the end of the Evil Dead portion in my mind.
I look at it and I think that they're... Now, technically, if you want to think of it this way, everything from this towards when year 1 actually comes out at the end, it's actually a flashback sequence. The entire film. I didn't realise that until I actually read into a review that it's actually a whole flashback sequence. So, and then the whole thing is just bookended by the cabin in the woods-esque kind of storyline, if that makes sense. It also makes me think that the problem therein lies that now I'm not jumping to conclusions here, but it just comes across as if when the production company was like, it's Evil Dead, we kind of need a cabin in there somewhere.
You have to in some way.
They didn't have faith in the original storyline first, and then it sounds like... Now I know Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell were producers on this and all of that, but I also look at it going like, did they or did they not have faith in the story that the director/writer was trying to tell? And they were just like, okay, we should add in this sequence first. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, because this story comes from a scrapped idea from where Ash vs. Evil Dead was going to go. Okay. Which was have it be out in the city or whatever. And then Ash vs. Evil Dead got cancelled, so they kind of picked up from there.
Which I have not watched.
It's good. I will. It is good. It's more in line with Evil Dead 2. Okay. It's kind of the show, not the first movie, or like it's as camp and as over the top as like Army of Darkness and stuff like that.
Which is what I think of when I have the idea of Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I like the idea of the Deadites taunting them in a almost comedic way.
It is, because he has like a rapport with them now, like they know who he is. Yeah, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of was what was missing for me, but I didn't hold that against the movie, because again, you can't just have another Cabin in the Woods movie. Like I kind of fell in love with the idea of having it be in a high rise. Now the thing that kind of disappointed me with the high rise setting is the fact that it feels very underpopulated. Yes, I thought we were going to get a kind of Demons 2.
Where everybody is suddenly turning into one.
Where it's a whole it's a whole apartment building full of people. Instead, we get maybe 10 characters.
They do state that the building is foreclosed and that they're some of the last tenants to move out.
I know, but that's boring. I think that's kind of a cop out.
It is a cop out, but I think the idea, I think I even said this to you, is like the characters that die, unfortunately off screen. I was like, I think I even turned to you. I was like, they better fucking come back. they better come back as Deadites.
I really thought they weren't going to when they walk out into the hall and nothing comes of it, and I was kind of like, there's like 8 bodies lying around, and they're not doing. But then again, they don't really do anything after that.
They're just kind of forgotten about.
They kind of just
they just kind of leave them,
and that's kind of
that's it. But it's meant to be a self-contained story, I guess, and I was really kind of hoping for a whole, like, are they going to try and turn this into it spills out onto the streets of quote-unquote New York?
Why
like, how does this work? LA, sorry.
Why set it in LA otherwise?
Exactly.
You know, why not just have it be like a small neighborhood if you're only going to have 8 people die or whatever? I don't know. I was expecting
a
Demons
little bit more.
2,
yeah,
where it's a whole apartment building
of Deadites.
And there's like multiple levels of shit, you know, where it's like they're kind of just on one floor the whole time. You know, and kind of just in one apartment building the whole time until like the end, which really kind of like,
yeah.
Like I still had a good time because it's like it gave me what I went there for.
Yeah.
Which was good gore, over the topness or whatever. But I don't know, I expected a lot more from the setting.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, speaking of the setting itself, like, I think what is done really well is the production team.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's a fabulous looking movie.
It's fantastically shot. The soundtracks, the spikes. It's none of that, like, the one thing I think I only got maybe 2 jump scares out of this film. No, actually just one was the fact that Jesus statue just falls on top of that
was
they
good,
them.
though.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that made me really kind of squirm in my seat was the priests reciting the Kanda.
Oh,
all of that.
Hearing
type of
that in the cinema so loud was so good.
It was good. It like gave me the kind of goosebump heebie-jeebie thing I was looking for in that movie. But yeah, like just how beautifully shot it is. Like, you know, the production design of like the apartment, the hallway, the elevator, even though it's literally just a confined box that takes you up or down, even that, the fact that it was closing shut and opening consistently like a mouth was just like, I don't want to go near that fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just done so well. It really, really was.
It was.
Period.
It's this gorgeous like Art Deco LA, because they said it used to be a bank, so it's all kind of. But when they said it used to be a bank, they don't use that setting. It's built on top of a bank, you know. But I thought that was going to kind of come back into it. I thought there was going to be like they were going to involve like, I don't know, like the vault or something like that a little bit more. The bank is just kind of
the setting for where the book is.
Yeah, it's just kind of a happenstance.
Yeah.
Maybe I hate this movie. No, I think so the sister, what's her fucking name, Beth, the groupie,
Lily Sullivan's character,
which I love, that like keeps coming back or whatever, that she keeps getting called a groupie. It's so funny, even at the end when she's
like the demons are
just
just taunting her.
Yeah, it's so good. So
you come Gaza hard.
So she's on tour because she's a rock chick, quote unquote.
Is she the manager or singer? I can't remember.
No, she is tech manager.
Right.
And like sound engineer.
Yeah.
But see, this is what I don't get with the timeline, because this says one day earlier, right?
Yes.
But then she has to fly from wherever she is to LA.
Yes.
So it's like, does she find out she's pregnant, get a ticket, fly to LA, and then all this happens within the day, or?
I think it's like I'm guessing what was happening is the scenes that we see in the rock bar, and she figures out that she's pregnant and things like that. It fibers. That's 2 nights before, and then the following day she goes for the flight. She arrives like, let's say 7-8 o'clock in the evening. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look at. One day earlier. Yeah, I know.
It's kind of annoying.
I think I'm just trying not to read into it too much when I see stuff like that. You know, I just look at it as like, okay, this just happened before what the events of the bookend was, you know? Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I do like this character, Beth. Like, she does end up becoming our main character, which I kind of was...
The Bruce Campbell of it all.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised by it, but I thought that Ellie, played by Alyssa Sutherland, who, it was driving me fucking insane, because I didn't know where I knew her from.
Vikings.
I don't watch Vikings.
I watch Vikings, I knew it was her.
She was in the Mist TV show.
I never watched that.
It was okay.
Never got into it.
It was okay, but like that's where I recognized her from, because she's got a really, really great face.
She was she was a model at some point as well, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's done some modelling in Australia and stuff like that. What is on my leg? I have like a scratch on my leg.
Bite.
But yeah, she's in The Mist, but she's got such a great face for Deadite.
Oh my god, there's something about her. I don't know what is going on here.
All her features are pulled straight up.
Like, she looks like a fucking cat. Like something about her face is like just pulled upwards at a 95-degree angle.
Like Bella Hadidite.
Right?
You know?
It's just
That's
so
a great
good. Like,
drawing.
she nails like as the mother, but she comes across really sympathetic, but also borderline maybe a bad mother. Maybe
you get the sense that like
she gives a shit and then kind of half doesn't give a shit,
because it's kind of, you get the sense that like she's going through it, you know, because like the husband is left or whatever. We get a lot of, what I will say is, I think maybe unnecessary character setup, because none of it ever goes anywhere, but I think it's just there to make them a little bit, excuse the pun, more fleshed out. Like, because we get the fact that like Bridget is like wanting to go to a protest, and that Danny is a DJ, and
that's his one thing,
and that fucking what's the look, and Cassie, it's, oh my god, wait, what was her fucking name again? What's her fucking name? Stephanie.
Oh, staph. Yeah,
that's so fucking cool.
Get a staph infection. I'll show you a staph infection.
She's got a broom with a doll's head like screwed onto the top of it. And she calls it Stephanie because it's her like protection against
her
the
security
ghost
guard. Yeah,
that's in this building.
I love that.
This ghost that will rob you if it hears money in your pocket because it's built on a bank or whatever. And Stephanie does come back. Kind of
multiple times.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
That Chekhov. Now, to be fair, there was one that I
Chekhov's Stephanie.
Chekhov's Stephanie. Chekhov's gun that I've seen multiple times, and it was the same when we watched Megan. I knew that robot that was introduced in the first act would come back. Same thing with the mulch. I
don't know. I don't think they focus on that enough.
No, but it was pointed out multiple times as they were coming in and out of the parking lot, and I was like, that's going to come back in some shape or form.
Well, I didn't know
that
it was
Deadite is going to go. Somebody's going to go into that thing, you know, by the end of this movie.
I didn't know it was a wood chipper. I thought it was just the van or whatever, because it just looks like a construction van or whatever.
Because like I was looking at these kids, and I was like, now, this is not to kind of shit on child actors or anything like that. I do think when it comes to child actors, you have a very hit or miss situation with them. Yeah. And again, like, you're not trying to, like, quote unquote mother them or anything like that, but you also want to make sure that they're doing the fucking job that they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I think that's up to the director.
Exactly. Like there's a relationship that you exactly. You don't want to mother them, but you also want to make sure that they're doing their fucking job. So like they have to say, if you got a fucking child actor, they have to sell the fucking character. Like I don't want to be told that this kid is just reading off screen like someone holding a card because they're nervous in front of a camera.
Did you get that from Cassie?
No, I didn't. I actually thought Cassie, out of the three of them, was probably the best performer. I really did.
I don't know. I really liked Danny and Bridget. I did like all of their
son/daughters.
No, I liked all of their dynamic together, though. Like, when Cassie comes into the room and they both, like, grab her and throw her on the bed. Because it's, like older siblings. Like, I always love that kind of relationship.
You actually have that relationship with your younger siblings.
I do, yeah. Because I have two younger siblings. One that's, like, a little bit younger. Or one that's exactly 13 years younger. And then
they're
one
younger
that's...
than you?
If possible, you know. You know, everybody's younger than you.
I suppose.
You know, it's not hard. But, like, that's the dynamic I kind of have with my siblings.
Have to be born after year one.
The year is one. But, yeah, that's the kind of dynamic I have with my siblings. I'm, like, significantly older than my siblings or whatever, but, like, I'm still very close to them. Yeah. You know, so it is very, like, protective and stuff. But I don't know, I like how they instantly go into, like, protector mode. Yes. When, like, they kind of don't give a shit about mom anymore. They're instantly, like, protect Cass. Yeah. Because Cass is kind of the one that the mom goes after the most.
Yeah, the mother
she thinks it'll be easier to get to her, you know. Yeah. And she does, you know, and it works, you know. But they're both kind of willing to, like, die for Cass, to, like, to save her. I always like that kind of dynamic.
I mean, it just can kind of end up biting Cass in the ass towards the end. But I do think that as I was saying, like, it can be very hit or miss with child actors on this sort of thing. Again, it's not to shit on them, but like it is very hit or miss with them. But just like very quickly with Alyssa Sutherland, like, I love the fact that she just nails when she becomes possessed by whatever demon. I think he called it the Marauder. The Marauder.
Yeah.
Like she nails a demon wearing her as a skin suit to like taunt and terrorize the family. I just fucking love it.
And she's lead Deadite for the whole movie.
Yeah.
We don't get that usually. It's usually like it does travel around.
Yeah, it gets from one person to the next, but like this mother just kind of like takes it and rolls with it for almost the entire movie.
Pretty much, like, from the minute she's possessed, we also don't get any flip backs in this movie, which I'm kind of used to. Like the moment of where it's like, Ashley, like, get me out of here. Like, we don't get that in this movie. It's just entirely Deadite all the time.
Yeah. The one thing that I did actually like was, I think Lily Sullivan's character, the auntie, when she picks up her phone or something, and it is actually the mother on the other end of the phone, like save my kids, I'm burning, I'm fucked, like, do what you can. Like, I thought that was very, very creepy. Oh no, it wasn't. It's when she opens her mouth and it's the priests talking first to end the cantation.
Oh, she puts her fingernail down on the vinyl player and opens her mouth and she becomes the speaker. Oh, it's so cool.
And then it cuts to the real mother, like, is talking out, saying, like, she's telling her, like, I'm fucked, forget about me, save my kids.
Like, I'm already dead.
Gone.
Yeah.
You know, and I love that. I think that's a really, really good way to kind of bait and switch the whole, like, oh, I'm me again.
Yeah, like,
but
I have
a knife behind my back.
Exactly.
You know,
you
that
can't
kind
just
of thing.
do that again.
You know, it needs to be switched around in a certain way that still fully engages you in the moment that's happening, because I feel like especially if you haven't seen the Evil Dead franchise before, you know, when it comes to like a Deadite performing as the original person, you know that's not them, and you're not going to fall for that. So I think something like this, where they did add that in, where like the Deadite mother was looking at her going like, I'm still very much the demon, but I'm gonna fuck you up anyway. You know what I mean? I still liked it. I liked that like bait and switch. You know, I thought it was good.
And so like we don't get like a huge change in how like the bare bones of the story. It's like somebody finds a book, they find an audio recording, they like read out the audio recording because nobody speaks Latin anymore. But so there's an earthquake, or it's like the aunt shows up, and there's an earthquake. Like I'm just gonna. What's her fucking name again? Lily, the mom.
Alyssa Sutherland's character.
Ellie.
Yeah, I knew his name.
So Ellie like sends off the other two kids, or the three kids
for pizza.
And
they just leave that pizza there. There was
an earthquake.
Boxes. There are 3 boxes of pizza in that shit. And like, I think it was like 2 slices of pizza that fell out, and they just left the rest of the pizza that didn't fall out.
It's an earthquake. Plus, they didn't even have any drinks.
They also stupidly got in the elevator.
Yeah, they're children.
Who the fuck?
That is one thing I kind of don't know the exact ages. You know, it's like one is like a little kid, and then like with Danny, I'm like, I get the read that like Danny's probably like 19.
Yes.
Like at the oldest. And then Bridget is probably like 15, 16.
Yeah, I was reading her Instagram and stuff like that, and they were saying that they just turned, like, there's only like I think 4 or 5 posts on their Instagram, and they were like, I'm like 15 now, that's crazy, or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
So she's roughly like, let's say between the ages of 14 and 16. No, I'm going to say 14 to 16. Yeah.
Okay, well, there we go.
Process of elimination.
They get pizza from Henrietta's Pizza, which is it's the mom in the second movie.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Dead by Dawn. Like, it's the
Dead by Dawn.
It is. It's the Deadite they lock in the basement in the second movie. That's Henrietta. But yeah, they come back and okay, so it's not the car. It's not the Raimi.
But
car.
it is that pale yellow though.
It's that same color. Yeah, and so is the chainsaw as well. But it's not the Raimi vehicle.
Yeah,
which is in all Raimi movies. and Halloween H2O, or no, that's the Psycho car. But they come back. And...
That's only because Jana Lee's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love her in that movie. You know? If I could be maternal for a moment. It's like, you're dead. So, yeah, they come back, like, the earthquake happens, whatever, like that, and then Danny just, like, crawls through this hole in the ground, like, so stupidly.
Who in their right fucking mind, like a 19-year-old, yes, there was just a fucking earthquake, I'm gonna crawl into this hole of this unstable area that is clearly just collapsed.
But you see, like, I understand why, because it's not just, like, insert random, like a hole
event.
In the ground. It's like, they see stuff in there. There's like a vault down there.
Yeah.
And they go down, and this is what my house looks like when I have my own house. Covered in crucifixes, lots of little chains hanging off the wall, a giant Jesus statue, lots of stupid old books.
Can I just say that there is one thing that just irked me from that entire scene was his breathing. He was open mouth breathing.
Oh, down there.
The entire time he was down there, all I could hear was
hot.
Like the whole way through that scene, and it was so distracting. I was like, oh my god, why? First of all, you are breathing like asbestos, dust, rock, vapor, everything. Like, what is wrong with you? And second of all, it is really irritating to hear a mouth breather breathe.
This is so one of those set pieces where I'm like, I want to walk around down there. Like,
yes.
What's down there?
Can you imagine what was in that vault?
But exactly, that's what I'm thinking is, like, what else is down there? Because, like, obviously...
That's a vault next to a crypt.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, see, there was a face in there.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
And that wasn't the book. It's like, who is that? Because we don't actually get to see Danny pull out the book. We get to see Danny see the face in the crypt, and then he's upstairs with the book.
Yeah.
Now this book is
great design.
One of the books from Army of Darkness, confirmed by Lee Cronin.
So you have...
that bites Ash's hand.
You have a theory about this kind of bullshit.
3 separate books. I actually think it's kind of agreed upon by people who have seen these movies now. That 3 separate books, it's 3 books that we see in Army of Darkness.
When he goes to retrieve the
Necronomicon.
Because they all have separate names. I know the one obviously from them is the Necronomicon Ex Mortis.
Yeah, and then there's the what is it called again? Keep talking.
Well, while you're looking for that, I just want to describe this book. It is a skin suit that has the sharpest, like, anglerfish teeth as a spine. I love it.
Yeah,
it's gross. It's disgusting. And the fact that a drop of blood has to fall on it for those teeth, those dead, long-eared dead teeth. They don't even open fully. They just do that thing where they unlock and then they're just like...
Oh, it's so
open
hot.
Slowly. It's so good. And the fact that the entire back of the book is just covered in, like, veins and arteries and shit. Fucking great. Love it. I think those types of small details of the book have to matter. And, like, if you're not going to give me a, like, 2,000-year-old dried face... The Naturum?
That's the second book. That's the one that's in 2013.
Right.
That's not the Necronomicon.
That's the one that summons the Abomination.
The Abomination. Yeah, so the Abomination is the equivalent to the Marauder. So they're like 2 separate, like, kind of like archdemons or whatever like that for each book. I need to figure out what it is for the first book, though. Like, for the first movie, the actual Necronomicon, because we don't get, like, here's the demon. Yeah. I
think the one thing I really love about this thing is the illustrations that are on the inside.
Once again, written in blood. In a fine liner.
Inked, fine liner.
Good one.
Yeah, they had a good time with that.
Quill,
Real good fucking quill. Royal blood,
Hell yeah.
all good shit. And the vellum, they're not pieces of paper. Vellum is dried skin.
Yeah.
That is used as it's not hide, which would be what was covering the outside of the book. Vellum is thin skin layers.
Yeah.
And they're just dried out over hundreds of years. I know this because I'm into demonology and shit.
And I've seen your back.
Thank you. And I'm currently writing a book. But like I know this because it's like it's all about demonology and shit, and like dried vellum is what stuff like the Satanic Bible or the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, like this, these are the type of shit that kind of stuff is a requirement in order to create books like this. So it's really fucking cool. And these images are the most fucking disturbing things I have ever seen. They're so great. There's like hands that are ripping open torsos to like get at the innards. There's this spider-esque creature thing, which, spoiler alert, is at the end of this film. And I knew from seeing it in the trailer that I was like, oh, here's the director trying to hint at what's coming.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it and like, I fucking hope we get a spider fucking creature, because this is the only way that you will improve on the abomination from the last movie.
Now, we were saying on our way up to see the movie was the only thing that disappointed me about 2013 was the fact that we didn't get to see whatever that was with the candle in the head.
Oh, that was my big thing. I was like, if you're going to allude to something like that, show it. Yeah. Like even if it's like, and in my opinion,
that thing would show up if 5 souls were sacrificed.
Yeah.
And they were.
And all we got was some raining blood and a skinny version of the main character.
Yeah. I fucking love 2013. I don't care.
It was good. It was good. But I was looking at this going like, if you're like, in my opinion, those 14-foot tall CGI monsters very, very, very rarely work. Very rarely work, because you're looking at it going like, I know you're not actually there. Your brain does that thing where it's like you're not physically there. But like,
I would have settled for glowing eyes and a glowing candle and just like a silhouette or something.
Yeah, you know me, like even my like demon designs and things like that, they all have the flaming crown at the top. I would have just been happy with a lit ball of flame at the top of a demon's head. I would have been like, that's totally fucking fine. I'm sold on that.
Although I do not like when it's inferred that Deadites are like satanic in nature. It's like, no, it's like,
they're old gods. They are like these creatures. I see it as like something along the lines of Sumerian demons, Pazuzu, all of that type of thing, where they're like, they're not evil. They're just chaos orientated. Yeah, they just want to mess everything up.
Sympathy for the devil shit. These things aren't evil.
When I say chaos, I mean like they're spreading evil, but it's not for a main purpose. It's just doing evil for the sake of evil's sake. You know what I mean? It's chaos.
It's so evil.
Well, yeah, I suppose, but it's,
like,
I just see it as like,
if they ever wanted to, it's like these things come from the same like canon as like a Pazuzu or something.
Like if there was a hierarchical like depiction of things, like that's how. Do you mind? I'm having a podcast. Another white guy with a podcast. But no, it's like when you talk about fucking fallen angels and demons and shit like that, their kind of like overarching theme is to take over and march on heaven. Whereas these demons are just like, let's just fuck everything up for the sake of let's fuck everything up. And that's great about it.
Where me and Lena's idea for a sequel or something could go to.
Oh, here we go.
If they wanted to do sort of in line with an Army of Darkness kind of a thing, I love the idea of going back to like ancient Sumeria and stuff like that to see like where. Because, like, the first book, the actual Necronomicon Ex Mortis, the face on that is the first Deadite. Like, that was taken by, the Dark Ones, from back in the day. Mm-hmm. And that's what the first book is bound in. And I'm like, I would love to see it back in the day, ancient Sumeria, no technology, no weapons, no nothing like that. Like, how would they get around shit, you know?
Yeah.
So just, like... Yeah, like out in the middle of the desert, like old shit, like these, like humans' first interactions with Deadites.
Yes,
I would love to see an Army of Darkness style movie done in that way, you know, because like I think it would bring a little bit of freshness back. I think like it gets a little easy or lazy for me when you can just shoot these things dead.
Yeah, I think that's why the kind of like. When it comes to like Deadites and things like that, they're supposed to be indestructible. They're spirits. They hop from one host to the next. The body is the thing that's destroyable, I suppose. But like when it comes to Ash, just like straight up shotgun to the head,
Dead.
boom, you're gone, they become less intimidating.
It is. It
And
can get a
like,
little boring.
it's basically like a zombie thing. They're just smarter. You know what I mean? And you just boom, headshot, and it is dead. Next demon, you know, another demon.
It's like, even in this movie, it's like, if... Now,
but these ones come back.
I do think it's... Yeah, I think it's very creative, because, like, the mother at one point, actually kind of towards the end, gets her legs and arms shot off, and then the two kids, Bridget and Danny, just kind of burrow inside of her skin and become her arms and legs. It was so cool. I think it's just one
creepy,
of the coolest ideas
disgusting.
I've ever seen.
Very
then
the
they're
thing.
just... It was very much so the thing. Because then they just become this, like, tri-deadite, you know? And it's just the imagery of children, like, burrowing under their mother's skin and becoming one is crazy. Because she even says that. That's a line of dialogue she has, where she wanted to cut them all open and hollow them out so she could climb inside them, so they could always be a family. It was so cool.
Good.
And that's one thing that was lacking for me. I needed better lines.
Okay, alright.
They did deliver some that I really thought was cool, like my opening line, like, "You fucking titty-sucking parasite," and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, that's cool, and the dynamic is different
Or
because
mommy's
it's a mother.
with the maggots now.
See, yeah, that sounded like Owen Wilson.
Yeah,
When she
yeah.
said that, though, didn't it?
Ow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
But, like, I think there needs to be, like, it kind of goes back to my idea that they could have gone further. It just felt a little bit, like, now, mind you, this movie was very gory, but Evil Dead needs to be more than just gore for me.
Okay.
I need Evil Dead to seem kind of twisted and kind of like, oh my god, I can't believe they said that.
Yeah.
You know, and in 2023, I'm gonna need... This is gonna sound so fucked up, but for a movie to be, like, twisted and rotten for me, I'm gonna need, like, implications of, like, rape or, like, incest or, like, cannibalism or something. I need you to push the envelope a little bit further.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
That's why I give it 4 stars rather than 5 stars. And I think I even pointed this out as soon as I finished with it. There was this one scene where Mother Deadite is locked outside. I'm just gonna call her Mother Deadite because I can't remember her name. Ellie, but I keep forgetting it, so I'm just calling her Mother Deadite.
Mother Deadite.
The mother of the House of Deadite, center stage. Come with the kids. Just death drops with all 7 legs.
The kneecap goes straight out.
The eyeball shoots out.
Oh, we did get that, though.
We did get it. So that was the only thing that I knocked it for, was the scene where she gets locked outside and everyone is trying to, like, either run away from her or shoot her dead.
Oh, yeah.
And it was sort of this thing where she would, I don't know, she'd, like, fly by and then you'd see a limb getting thrown over one side from the point of view of the keyhole. And I was like, no. Show me. Don't give me the implication.
Like,
because that's
context,
where I had the problem with it.
But I would have liked if we saw one person
show me the kid literally get his fucking limbs ripped off.
Exactly.
And then throw that fucker across the hall.
If we saw from the keyhole perspective the kid run across and then we, like, panned out through the keyhole and saw out in the hallway.
Exactly.
Because it's like, we're in an Evil Dead movie, bro. Like,
all
that's
bets
the
are
thing.
off.
It's like, I kind of... To shock me, I kind of need to see kids being killed on screen. I kind of need to see everything happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I don't know. It felt a little bit like... Oh.
Yeah.
Because that was where the most kills came.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's where the body count kind of, like, stacked up.
See them all.
Yeah.
I did think it was cool where we get to see her kind of just scurry across, but I'm going to need a little bit more.
A little bit more than that, yeah.
You know?
I mean,
do get, like,
Hereditary did it first. It's not as...
No.
You know, it's a little blasé at this point to have someone crawl across
and then
Cav
was saying, he was like, yeah, but you can't really show that in a movie now. And I'm like, why not?
Why not? Exactly. If it's an R-rated movie, why not?
Exactly. I'm like, also, it's an Evil Dead movie. People know what
are
to
expecting
expect.
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not going to push the envelope, you're not an Evil Dead movie.
Thing of, like, the first Demons movie of, like, a throat being, like, the skin
just
being pulled out like this. And we got to see that, and that was cool.
Yeah.
And then, I don't even know how the eyeball came out of the head and ended up in somebody's mouth. Like in Evil Dead 2, but I freaked out at that because that's one of my favorite moments.
I think what happened was it was the old guy.
Oh, she bites it out.
Yeah, she bites it out and she spits it and it goes right into his mouth. Yeah. That was actually where I was actually going to go next. Was Lily Sullivan, the auntie's character, right? Was the storyline of where she was pregnant.
Uh-huh.
So
Hold the fucking baby out of her fucking stomach.
So that was like where I was looking at it going like, no, you're not wrong. So like what I was looking for with that, it was like I get the whole like she's then forced to be the mother towards the end and be protective and all that. Totally get that message. It's sold for me. But the problem, whereas like
Is
again,
this a pro-life movie?
maybe in a way. But I was looking at it, I was like, so we established the plot line that she's pregnant, right?
But she doesn't want it.
And then she doesn't want it.
That's inferred. She never says that outright.
Exactly. Like it's the whole point going. It's that oh fuck moment for a newly pregnant mother.
Get it from her reaction of her being like shit.
Exactly.
You know, she never outright says I don't want to keep it or anything.
But the problem that I had with it is right up until that moment, obviously, where like Mother Deadite is, you know, digging her claws in and shit like that. I'm looking at it going like, oh, are they actually going to go there? And they didn't go there.
I thought they could.
But the problem, I looked at it going like, okay, because the pregnancy right up until that point and then after it is never brought up again.
No.
So the problem I had with it is if you wanted to go as far as that shock value, that should have kept amping up from that moment.
And there's no way that baby is still alive from the amount that she gets thrown around.
Exactly.
You know, you know what? I wouldn't have minded if she had gotten like really injured and then we got like blood running down her leg.
Yes.
From between her leg to imply that the baby had died or something.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, that's what I
or
want.
Or the womb was crushed or, you know, something along those lines that
what I
would
want
have...
from a movie like this.
Because like it was the same... It's the same problem as when I have introducing like a gay character for the sake of just having a gay character and having that kind of gay arc storyline.
Yeah.
If you're going to introduce a newly pregnant mother, and you have the fear of her either not having it or losing the baby, create a storyline that has a massive arc and then builds the character's personality off of it, because it's not going to, because otherwise you're just introducing it for the sake of shock value, and that's exactly where that moment went for me.
I was looking at like to be like, oh shit, she's pregnant.
Exactly. You know, that's my
think,
problem with it.
I honestly think they could have
once the demon found out that she was pregnant, I was like, is the demon going to consistently go after her now?
Yeah.
Like
no,
she goes two souls.
Yes. Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was like, fun. That's where that goes. And then the terror for that moment should just keep amping up. And then it was just forgotten about after that.
Because the demon kind of gets the nail and kind of starts tracing it along the belly. And I was like... And I knew she wasn't going to die then because the trailer had shown her with the chainsaw covered in blood and all that at the end. I kind of wish there was a cool bait and switch in this wherein it ends up being Danny at the end. And Danny and Baby Deadite. What's her name? The one.
Cassie.
Cassie.
Yeah.
I kind of wish those were the two that survived and that they had kind of cut this woman open and pulled the baby out. Sorry. Like, I know that sounds fucked up, but that's what I want from a movie like this.
Yeah, because I mean, like, if you're going to introduce a certain theme, build it up, use it, and then take it stronger, you know? It really is that simple.
Non-binary people. Sorry. Ha ha ha, we're laughing at you. No, no, that was the kind of
Come
thing.
on, just get it out of your system now. Just do it. I know you want to.
It did kind of come up in conversations with us of how to refer to Danny, but we're going to refer to Danny as he. Just because
Morgan Davies.
Yeah, trans actor.
Yeah, came out in 2020.
Yeah. So it was kind of, they kind of weren't gendering him, but then just for the sake of like ease, just go with he.
I think so, yeah, because like they were in A Beautiful Day, which was a sort of like a short / documentary thing with another actor who actually tragically died last year. But I think Davies, how will I say it? Davies sort of half in, half out. I believe the performance. There's something about it that I was looking on, like, he's just reacting to someone telling him to look scared. This was a problem that I had with only Davies' character, because they don't have a lot of, like, performance, at least from what I can see in their IMDb. They're an Australian actor, all that kind of thing, and I was just looking and going, like, it just looks like it was the same problem that I had with It Chapter 2, when she's sitting there and she's reading the love letter in the apartment. Bev is reading it and she's like, and someone was like, now laugh.
Yeah.
That's what it
Which was
looks
disappointing
like
to me, because I was kind of hoping that Danny would be our main character. Because he was the one that finds the book, and he's the one that reads the book, or the one that, like...
Outpost 31.
Aha. We'll put that
If
on
you
the
know,
story.
you know.
We'll put that up on the story.
Hot water.
Bitch.
You bitch.
But I was kind of hoping that this would
Get
be
away from those chess pieces, you bitch.
Oh my god. Me and Emma were the only two in the fucking cinema. We went to go see Aliens on Wednesday.
Happy Alien Day, of course.
Yeah,
You know.
we went to go see Aliens on Wednesday, which was Alien Day, the 26th of April, LV 426. The only thing that made me feel good about it is the fact that, like, when we went, get away from her, you bitch, some guy behind us went, yeah. That was actually a lot of fun, though.
Yeah,
that movie.
that was great crack. It was really
it's what I've always wanted to see in the cinema. But so with this, I was kind of hoping, which is kind of unusual for me, I was kind of hoping that this would be a younger focused character movie, because I thought it was going to focus on the siblings, which I was actually very surprised when Bridget dies and Bridget becomes a Deadite.
Yeah.
Eating glass, and the glass is poking up through the skin of the throat. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. And that's actually another chapter in the Necronomicon book, is this, whatever it is about, like, I thought she was going to have, like, tentacles growing out of her face and shit. At least that's what I imagined, because it's actually representative of puke, but it's just stylized like tentacles.
She's just leaking.
Yeah.
This, just gushing all this black fluid.
I just love it. And how twisted,
it's
like,
very
she
body horror.
sits up like a fucking hyena gargoyle in the kitchen sink
facing
and
in
shit.
the corner.
So good. Like, really, really well done.
Just chomping on some glass.
It's great.
So good.
I love the idea of them, like, just trying to use as much possibilities as they can to just make you cringe inwardly at certain things. Like, I would equate the glass eating thing with poking out of the throat to the Stanley knife,
licking,
like a fucking push
or
pop,
like this
just licking
syringe
it,
coming out from under the
pulling
eye.
it. Yeah, exactly.
How did we forget the cheese grater on the leg?
Yes,
that was so
fucking
cool.
great.
It's such a standout. I think it'll be like this movie is kind of filled with like those moments, but like I think this is one of the standouts of like this is what one of the scenes.
It was implicated in the trailer as to what was going to happen,
and it's like this raw,
and it wasn't just like realistic. It wasn't just dragged, it was just grated
like
along.
there was shreds of skin.
You could see like the tracks of it just come off of her leg, and I was just like, oh my god, yes,
so good. And then Danny comes in and sets Bridget on fire.
Yeah.
And then, which is kind of a theme in the last movie as well. Like immolation is kind of a way to like clear
it's
the body of
burial,
the demon.
Immolation, and dismemberment. Yeah.
But then Danny just gets like pinned onto the counter and stabbed through the bicep.
Oh,
it was so good.
The one thing I always love about the usage of not necessarily like appendage, like penetration or anything like that, but like the fact that the knife is clearly scraping off of the bone as it comes in, and it's the same thing that happened to the main character in 2013 when she was and like the fact that when the knife was coming back out, it was like there was ripping across the bone, and you're just like, oh,
like it wasn't just soft flesh. There's like resistance that it has to go past. It was just
really, really good. It's very well done, and the fact that like this, we were just talking about the fact that Bridget because what Danny does is, in order to avoid Cassie seeing Bridget as a fucking burnt corpse, covers her in a bed sheet, wraps her up, and then also ties it around her. And I'm just like, he was just like, just in case.
I thought Bridget was out of the movie, and I was kind of like, oh,
yeah,
because I thought it was
very quick.
I thought it was just going to be easy, but then Bridget very quickly starts twitching.
The bitch gets up and like a fucking ghost.
Like a
sheet ghost just floats. And you have this thing about like shit going on in the background. Like, I think he's trying to comfort Cassie, or he's distracted by something, but Danny is like looking away, and the shot is just basically of the door, and like she doesn't walk in, she floats in, and I'm just like, oh my fucking forward. God.
Literally, like if you had to draw a picture of a cartoon ghost,
this is what she looks like.
In floral sheets, you know, and she just looms forward. And this is where it's just a brawl. They're just fucking throwing each other around the room.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I don't know, I think the dynamic of it being a family, which again we have gotten in every Evil Dead movie, but it's usually just a sibling.
It's more intimate.
It's Ash and Cheryl, and it's Mia and David in 2013. But with this, it's like, it's all the more fucked up because it's like, this is your mother coming for you.
You see, this is what I had about
and
this.
Henrietta and her daughter in the second movie too.
Because you're looking at it going like, well, first of all, like, you're always... I think that's why 2013 worked so well, is because they can't leave the cabin, because if Mia goes, she's not going to survive another OD. So that's the reason why they're stuck there in the first place. Now, in this one, they try to buy it off as, first of all, the elevator's not working, and then second of all, the stairs are gone. But also, the fact is that if they go outside of the apartment door, first of all, the mother Deadite is out there, and then second of all, the rest of them are out there, so they can't leave the apartment. Exactly, they can't leave the apartment physically,
and they do try.
Way. Yeah,
there is a scene where she's like screaming at the window, and like they're in the middle of an earthquake / like giant fucking thunderstorm, and
downpour,
it's pissing raining, so nobody can hear like them screaming at the window for help or whatever.
They try to write off like excuses for them to just be like, let's just get the fuck out of here.
Exactly, and there is a fire escape, but in a certain apartment building,
and they can't get in there because it's bolted shut for whatever reason, because there's nobody there.
And now Mother Deadite does end up getting in through the vents.
The one thing that was implicated is this, the cat is always up there, and I was like, are we going to get a fucking cat death?
I thought we were going to get a cat death.
I thought we were going to get it. I was like, obviously that could have been I'd say, you know what probably happened was like, it was probably a scene that was a little bit too, and they were just like, maybe we should cut it out. I'd say it could have been just cut it out.
That's what pisses me off. We got to see we got to see the Lamia throw up a cat in fucking Drag Me to Hell, you know?
Yeah. It was beautifully done. She, Lily's character is like listening to the thing, and she being like, this is the only way you can get rid of them, and if you can't, they're just going to keep coming back, and all of this type of stuff. And then Mother Deadite is just unhooks the drain and just comes down all spider-like down in the background, which I love, but I've seen that before, and I'd like to see it done in a different way.
It was enough. Do you know what? It wasn't done enough for me to be like, oh,
Kayako did it better.
Like,
I'm gonna be honest.
The contortion. We didn't get to the scene in the bath, because she dies. She gets killed in the elevator, and she's dead. Like, she is dead. Ellie is dead, and then it's just her flesh being puppeted around after that. Yeah. Because they all mourn her as if she's dead. That's the thing with this that makes it different, is the fact that like the possessions aren't like that
instantaneous,
which is usually the case.
It's a slow crawl to like take over. It takes time, it takes effort for the demon to get in and overdo it,
which I kind of like, because then we also get to see different stages of possession. It's not just like bang,
she's in there for a moment, then she's gone again. She's in there for a moment, and then she's gone again. You know, it's like I appreciate it, because like, again, like, it doesn't suddenly seem like, oh, the sympathetic mother is gone again, you know, and she's just gone for the... It's technically, she is gone for the rest of the movie, and she's still physically on screen, but it's obviously just the Deadite that's overtaken her. But I like that sort of like in between death and then her walking to the kitchen, she tells her to like save my babies, and then from that to her being in the bathtub, and then from that to her telling her like, I'm fucked, I'm dead, leave, like, kill me and save my kids.
I will say the edit in the movie versus the trailer of the bathtub scene made me so much happier, because the scream in the trailer seems really just generic, but then in the movie it is more like, oh,
the whole fucking apartment shakes. I love it.
And
glass breaks, everything.
Again, it's another Shining reference, because it's the same type of bath that Mrs. Massey is in, and it's the green tile and everything.
I love it when she falls into it, because it's cold water, it boils, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's great.
It's so good. They even do that in 2013 when Mia gets grabbed by the abomination. It burns like, sears her skin. But when she flies up out of the thing, which is, I don't know, I always love the idea of flying up to the ceiling, back to the ceiling like this. She wraps her hands around, and her toes like cling on, and she just screams at them. And
she's also in the same position as she was, the way the elevator holds her. I didn't
No,
realize
right.
that there was two comparisons of her in the bathtub and her in the elevator, and
She's
it's
like
the exact same pose.
It looks
I
so
love it.
uncomfortable because she's really just kind of
She's
being
also
like
a
mangled.
contortionist. She's able to contort
Alyssa?
her body. Yeah, she's
Okay,
able to
I
do
can
that. So
see
I was
that.
like, oh my god, that's fucking great. Like, great face.
Yeah.
Great body. She's able to contort herself, and she can act her fucking socks off as a demon.
It almost
Like,
makes me sad
great.
that we only get her as a Deadite in one movie, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause she's so good at it. I think
Yeah.
she's definitely a standout Deadite in the franchise because I think
I will say she's the star of the show for this film.
she is definitely
She is, yeah.
she's in pretty much every scene, or like every scene at least revolves around her.
Mm-hmm.
I also do like how quickly there's none of this, but she's my mom. I love how quickly they're kind of like, that's not mom anymore.
Yeah.
Like, mom is dead.
Yeah.
Like, so there's no problem like fighting back at her or whatever.
Mom's with the maggots now.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know. I think she had a big task ahead of her, being like almost a solo Deadite for the whole movie.
Yeah.
Which is usually a big shared task. We don't usually get one Deadite from start to finish.
Because that can get very stilted very quickly, because like the shock factor, like apart from the initial like, you know, Jack of Diamonds, whoa, apart from that, like the shock factor drops almost immediately after that, because your thought process, if you establish that person as the enemy.
Well, in that first movie, we nearly never
kind
get
of
to see Cheryl, like, because she's just thrown in the basement.
Yeah.
And we only ever get to see her face popping up out of
from
the
thing,
trap door
exactly.
once in a while. I actually only watched Evil Dead as well yesterday, like the first one.
But this one, just Mother Deadeye just pulls it off. She does it so well. She really does. I gotta hand it to her. Like the performance is just like hypnotizing in a way, and just like whenever she's on screen, like your attention was just immediately drawn to what she's doing, how her body moves, how she looks at you. You're like the eeny meeny miny, you, and then like you just like you immediately dread what she's about to do to this kid.
And I've
it's
been
great.
so hyped to see her since, because she's the first image that they released as a teaser.
I love that through the keyhole.
It's just the keyhole of
I
her
love it.
smiling up like that. I was so hyped to see her.
Yeah.
Now Bridget gets turned by way of tattoo machine.
I fucking love that. That's such a fantastic way to
I
like,
found out
think
Lena
about it.
was freaking out because I didn't know Lena was actually very, very creeped out by eye stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they could have just put it in the eye. You know, because she had the tattoo going right up against the eye.
Yeah.
And then she just scratches her face with it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my god, even if she heals up, you're just going to have this big line tattooed
Tattoo
across
line,
her
yeah.
face. You know, and I know damn well your mom didn't change that needle, because at the start of the movie, the mom was tattooing herself.
And she's like sort of reconstructing her machine and shit like that.
I
So
thought it
that
was really
like
cool.
I just look at the guys like that is one janky ass fucking like tattoo gun. Holy shit.
They also knew that damn well they were going to bring it back, though.
Oh,
because,
absolutely.
Like, we could literally see her building it, you know?
Yeah.
So
Terrible tattoos on her though. I was looking at them,
I know,
like,
they're
holy
kind
shit,
of
they're
it's
so-
like, I can
God,
tell you're
that's-
right-handed, you know.
You know? Oh, I was looking at that going like, oh, those are fucking ugly tattoos.
But we finally break out of the apartment, and I'm so chuffed, because I'm like kind of sick of being in this one room, because it's just one apartment that we've been in for like the vast majority of the movie. And then we kind of get outside, and I know you were thinking the same thing of like, those dead bodies.
Oh, I turned to you.
Better get the fuck up and start talking.
Yes, exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
But I wonder, does that happen because Auntie continues on with this? You know, because they don't get up until after that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, are they dead, or are they just
dead
in waiting?
out?
Yeah, exactly.
It was a one thing that I was like, again, there's that Demons 2 reference. I was looking at it like, they fucking better get, because if they didn't get up, I would have been disappointed, because I was like, that's a lost opportunity right there. You know what I mean?
But they did, and we got Dead by Dawn.
Yeah.
Dead by Dawn. Dead by Dawn. I was so happy.
She basically like the auntie just like full on just like fucks up the mother. Like all the limbs are gone. She's like lying there just as a piece of fucking meat, staring up at her.
Don't let them get my babies.
Don't let them get my babies. And like, and she's just like the demon comes back, and then the others, you know, open up their eyes, and everyone just starts chanting "Dead by Dawn." And I think you and I were just like, yes.
I actually loved the crowd that we went with, because we went with like us two and
there
Kev
were
and
some
Lena.
fans. There were some fans in that audience, and I like when we heard the Dead by Dawn, we weren't the only ones that were like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, people were chuffed.
Yeah, it was great.
And like we went with Kev and Lena as well. Shout out you guys. Who
Shout out, awesome.
I would consider like my little Evil Dead crew, because every year for Halloween we all watch Evil Dead. So it was nice to know that everybody was like, "Oh shit!" You know, everybody was kinda hyped. But then they get in the elevator, and the whole time the elevator that's been just opening and closing like a mouth was just being stopped by the mom's keys. Yeah. So they can get the elevator down, and it just fills with blood. Now look, this is a Shining reference I don't mind you making.
But the only thing I will say is, when I was looking at this scene,
my arm is so dead.
When it started to like fill up with blood, I was like, I know exactly where they're going to go with this.
It's in the trailer,
and the way. Obviously, like, the transformation of the mother is happening at the same time, and they're like digging their hands into her flesh and shit.
And she's just like this.
Yeah, just staring up at them the whole time. And when it starts to like fill up with blood, and I knew what was going to happen was some of the cables are going to snap and it's going to fall and all of this type of thing. But I was hoping that they wouldn't do it'll just swing open and then out the blood will come. You
kind of have to.
It just crashes open like this, and all the blood comes forward. That's what I was hoping. I was like, there's the way to do the reference and do it better.
Yeah, an elevator.
You know?
No pun intended.
Elevate, exactly. I liked it. I thought it was a really good way of like making them shit themselves in a way that like, oh fuck, we are now in a place where we literally cannot escape out of this thing. Yeah, we're in a metal box that's currently filling up with iron
at the window, and then the blood piling up. So it was like whatever way they go, they're fucked. Yeah, and then they fall from level 5 to basement.
But the best thing about it is the blood, like. They're basically in a bathtub in free fall. Yeah, and because of there was so much blood,
they're fine.
They're totally fine.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, they don't have to lie on the ground.
Yeah, they're totally fine.
But it spills out. Now, I thought Cassie was dead.
Oh yeah, so I was like, she's gone.
I thought Cassie died, and we weren't going to know about it, because there's a scene when they get to the basement where Cassie is like this, and I thought she was going to go to her, and I thought Cassie was going to be a fucking deadite, because I really badly wanted to see a little kid deadite. Yeah, because deadites are so like like in nature, like they're borderline jesters. Yeah, you know, they're kind of
they're performative.
Exactly, they're kind of just. What's the word I'm kind of trying to think of? Like nuisances. Like, I know they fuck you up, but they like kind of take really weird, like, childish glee in it. Yeah, you know, like they're not just like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you or whatever like that. It's always just, you know, they're just little imps about it. You know, but unfortunately we didn't get that, and that was kind of my.
It's a missed opportunity there.
It is. I think that was my big strike against this movie.
Unless Cassie is in the next film. It's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, it kind of pissed me off because, like, I don't know. I thought that, like, why have her be at the end? I think it should have either been the aunt with a deadite baby, or like the deadite baby comes out a la Alien, or Cassie. Because I don't know. I think it's like once you go to children, I think that's like. That's where I want the envelope to be pushed to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because it's one of the quote-unquote rules that you don't break.
Yeah, it's the taboos that you sort of try to avoid. But, like, again, it is the same thing as when Chapter 1 was coming out. We were wondering how far they would go with the whole eating of children thing.
See Pennywise eat a fucking baby.
So, like, but that's exactly what I mean. Is like where Bill's younger brother gets his arm eaten off, and then he dies of blood loss, and then Pennywise eats the rest. But like, we were wondering how far they were actually going to go with that, because in the 80s series, it's only implied that something had happened to him and he died.
It's literally just.
Yeah, and then in this one, you fully see him chomp right on his arm. Yeah, and that's
like a little girl in the second movie. Yeah, where we see him go and bite her head off. Yeah. That's the scene that sticks with me the most, because it's so like, oh shit, they went there.
Exactly. So the same thing can be said for this. Like, either go all the way in with it and make it memorable, or don't introduce it in the first place.
Yeah.
It's because it's like, again, it was the same problem that I had with her being pregnant. Why introduce it in the first place if you're only going to go as far as this little shock factor and then never bring it up again?
Just to tease it, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause,
two souls.
seriously though, I really, really wish she had like gotten it ripped out, or something had happened, or if she had lost the baby or something. I know that sounds twisted, but it's like, this is the kind of movie I expected to go see.
Because that's a great angle. You could say she lost the baby, but she's going to try and protect Cassie and her older siblings.
That's what makes her
at
step
all
up.
costs. That makes her step up and pick up that fucking chainsaw and turn into Ash. You know, it kind of like it's as I said, it's a missed opportunity that could have taken the film further, and it sort of didn't, because that's why you only get the sort of the teenager phase of Evil Dead, where it's all just, these are just 2D characters that are canon fodder.
Because then Cass doesn't even really end up being relevant at the end.
Exactly.
At all.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, she gets dragged back into the building, but that very easily could have been Beth as well.
Exactly. Yeah,
it wouldn't have,
either way, it kind of wouldn't have made a difference.
And then she's able to just get straight back in. And it's like, well, then you could have just gotten straight back out.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have made a fucking difference. But so, the, I want to call this the Abomination Sub, even though it's not. It's just because this is like John Carpenter Lovecraft, like 6-legged human spider, flesh arachnid thing.
Yeah, because it's teased in the book that this is sort of the final phase of the Marauder, per se. That
the Marauder just sounds so intimidating.
It does. It sounds like it's ready to fuck you up at any point.
Like, no matter what.
Yeah,
she had no arms or legs and still found a way to crawl her ass down into the basement to get you.
Yeah. I love that. I just have this idea of that spider-like woman, just like with, 6 arms, just like crawling its way down the elevator shaft after her. But the one thing that it kind of irked me was like the fact that they were just consistently going around the car, like so 360 degrees. I think they did it like twice.
They literally did though, and Cass wasn't being quiet at all.
Yeah,
but, like, I'm expecting it to be a cat and mouse where the cat knows where the mouse is at all times. It's just toying with it. I expected the car to be flipped or something. I expected no limbs came off in this movie.
No,
which is tradition for Evil Dead.
Yeah, it's tradition. Yeah, it's the same thing for Star Wars. Someone has to lose a hand.
Exactly. Like it's tradition. You know. It's just there's certain things that have to happen in an Evil Dead movie to make them an Evil Dead movie for me.
Exactly.
You know? But so it kind of. It's kind of a generic-ish fight, kind of. There's not really that much of a fight. And
it's a boss fight in a parking lot. And
they're pulling, like, this creature is, like, pulling Beth into the wood chipper.
Well, the one thing I love is the fact that, because in the van, that's where the chainsaw comes from, is the van. Yeah. And the spider mother Deadite crawls in after Cass. She's like, "It's okay, baby. I just want your little head."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh my god, that's fucking great!" And like Cassie's straight up just like dumbstruck with terror and not moving, and she just picks up the fucking chainsaw and is like, "I just want your head, baby."
And I still think they could have killed her.
They could have. Again, it's another missed opportunity. Like, why go this far with something like that if you're not going to do something else with
just
it?
Teasing me.
So exactly, you're just kind of edging me. That's all you're doing. But like, I do love the fact that, again, like, that's where the Chekhov gun thing comes along. They introduced the wood chipper at the very beginning, and I fucking knew. One way or another, I called it right from the beginning. I was like, one way or another, somebody is going into that wood chipper.
Yeah.
Somehow or some way, somebody's going into it. And
I did like the kill though, because Beth is getting pulled through, or she's getting pulled almost up to it.
Yeah.
Even though she like has a weapon, you could literally just cut those hands off and go. But whatever. It's a movie. And then Cass turns it off, so she's able to like.
Kick it in.
She's able to like kick herself away.
Yeah.
From the spider thing.
Deadite mama.
Mama spider. Yeah.
Mother of the House of Dead. Necronomicon. Cow.
Necronomicon.
The House of Necronomicon.
Oh, I actually kind of love that.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Oh, okay, I'll have to remember that one.
House of Necronomicon.
And then she ends up in the chipper. I don't exactly remember how.
So the way as the House of Necronomicon comes down over the top of it.
Oh, yeah.
And the way it happens is each of the kids go first, and then it's just her head
we
left.
can see them in the back, like,
and then
getting all
she gets the
mulched.
chainsaw down into that head, and then just kicks the rest in.
It felt
Fucking love it.
to me like a shitty version of 2013, though, because she's kind of getting rained in blood, and she's mulching the head a little bit. Whereas, like, in 2013, it's like one of the most like metal things I've ever seen in my whole life.
To rain blood.
This fucking like thing getting completely split in half, and
Yeah.
it's literally lashing blood outside. And this, she kind of just gets a little bit like blood on top of her. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not even Carrie level blood. But the whole time, the Deadite is just kind of like. But I was kind of living for it, because it's like, this body is irrelevant to what's going on inside. Like, this is just what I'm using.
It's
at
a
the
skin
moment.
suit. I literally just define any time the demon takes over someone is you are now not a character anymore. You're just a skin suit for the Deadite inside you.
I think James on Dead Meat talked about how hard it was to do the kill counts for the Evil Dead movies, because it's like, do you count the possessions as a death, or do you count when the Deadite is killed as a death? Because it's kind of two separate things.
It's a mix of one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, even after the fact, we get to see that the parts are still moving around.
Yeah.
You know, so they're still kind of possessed in that way. And now this is at, like, literally the very end. But then they kind of just walk
away, yeah.
I was a bit like...
But
what
not
happened to
without
those...
picking up the chainsaw first.
But what about those other, like, 6 Deadites that are still upstairs?
That was another thing that entirely kind of concerned me, because you move into this sort of the bookend of the bookend, which is, you know, the following day, which is the beginning of
which was cool. I knew they had
the
to tie it
opening.
up in that way.
And quite literally, like, this woman didn't feel an earthquake.
That's the fucking
Only
craziest
heard
part.
the storm.
No
Didn't
shotgun.
hear a shotgun.
No wood chipper. No chainsaw.
No exploding elevator.
No.
The stairs collapsing.
Not the entire floor above her, like, screaming and getting mulched up.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Didn't notice any of it, because she was awake.
And then
for it.
also went down part of the stairs herself. And then walked through a pool.
She would have
literal pool of blood and
an
guts.
elevator filled with blood. Level of blood.
How do you walk through that and not notice?
Yeah, it kind of did annoy me.
Oh, like I was like,
not even in a critical way. Like, I get we doing this, the podcast, kind of ruin movies for ourselves a little bit, because we look out for
reading
shit like
into
this.
it, yeah.
But even
But
out
girl,
for this,
even
I'd
in
be
real
like,
life, I'd be like,
you had to walk past like what was like 2 swimming pools of blood, before you noticed
one in the
anything.
elevator and then one in the parking lot.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
You would have had to have noticed something. And then she eventually does notice there's like blood in the car over there or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we get the ash at the end of Evil Dead, or at the end of The Evil Dead, which is weird. Everybody always just calls it Evil Dead. The Evil Dead. Like, that's the distinction. Where it, like, we get the Raimi shot up into her mouth, and then it's done.
Yeah.
But I looked up immediately. I was like, okay, is there going to be a post-credit scene? Like, instead of just waiting to see, I just took my phone straight out and looked it up. So there isn't an after-credit scene, but there is a fly buzzing. But there's also a fly buzzing at the end of every movie.
Yeah.
But Darth Vader breathing at the end of Star Wars is enough for me.
It's no, yeah, exactly. Like, the one thing I was waiting for, and ironically, was when I think we didn't go see Evil Dead 2013. I think me and my brother did.
Yeah, I didn't go see it.
And I waited. We waited for the end credits, and then halfway through, and it was just Ash going groovy,
which is
and I was sort of hoping for that. I was kind of waiting for something like that.
Well, Bruce Campbell wasn't in this movie though.
He was the priest.
Yeah,
and I love that.
One of 3 priests, but we see a picture
That's
of the priest.
That's another version of Evil
of
Dead that I was kind of like. That's a story I'd like to
the
see
1920s.
as well. Yeah, I would like to see like them discovering the book,
like this
the Deadite take over. I think he said it was one of the priests, then it was 2, and then he had to kill one, but the pieces got up and got back together.
Yeah,
I fucking love the idea of that. That's so
I think
terrifying.
That's where they will go.
I'm hoping. I was like, I'd love to see that as a prequel,
because we got to see those 3 priests, but neither of them was were Bruce Campbell,
which I'm fine with. He also said that he didn't want to return to the franchise in any way, shape, or form unless Raimi was... Don't discretive.
I will.
Unless Sam Raimi was officially directing. Which I get, because they have that relationship, they're close to each other, all of that. Totally get it.
Yeah.
But so far as I know, he's actually sort of gone back on his words, and he's
how
doing...
successful it is.
There's an animated series that's on the way, apparently.
Also, the game just came out this year.
Yeah.
The new game. Which
Like,
is
he's sort of gone back on his word, apparently, to do an apparent animated series, so far as I've heard.
That. I mean, we've gotten an
I'm
animated
down
Toxic
for it,
Avengers
man.
cartoon.
I want to
before,
fucking, I want to fucking see Evil Dead as an anime. That should be.
That's
Fucking,
it.
That
That's
would
it. It's like
slap,
if there's
as the
something
kids would say.
If like if it's Evil Dead, I'll see it. Like, I don't care.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know. I did say this is my least favorite one, but that doesn't mean I didn't like it. I just really like the other ones.
Yeah. Fair
You
enough.
know?
Can I just ask? You actually said that you're going to hold off on this until like a certain point. I want to know what you think where it will go from here.
I think because I'm including, so there's like the original trilogy, like The Evil Dead to Army of Darkness, and then I'm gonna go 2013. This movie, next movie will be
A trilogy
together. I think they're gonna go to the past again. I think we're gonna get to see the story of those priests.
I'd like to see it. I really would.
Because time travel has been it is a thing in this, or like extra dimensional travel is a thing in this. So I think they'll bring Ash back for the next one, because this movie has made a lot of fucking money in less than a week.
It has. I think it made the weekend box office
48
was
million or something like that,
more than what the original Evil Dead actually got.
like entirely.
Yeah. So like that's first of all great marketing. It's just a testament to great marketing,
especially for the 5th installment in a franchise,
you know,
that hasn't got one in 10 years. You know,
plus like producing Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell as producers on this gives me hope as to their direction of where they want the franchise to go, because I don't get me wrong, I love the comedic aspect of it, I really do. I think it works well, but I think the darker part of it is what it's attracting me to it.
Yeah, I get
and
that.
the sort of more fear-induced side of it is doing it. Like, the audiences are obviously responding well to that type of Evil Dead.
See, that's why I liked 2013, because I'm like that's the thing. When I think Evil Dead, I think of it like horror and comedy are its two primary genres. Yeah, you know, like I don't think it could be one or the other before, you know. But with 2013, I'm like, it leaned exclusively into horror. There was no comedy in it, and I'm like, okay, if they can find a way to find the perfect balance between that movie and Evil Dead 2, I'm sold. And I think they could manage to do that with the next movie. It just bring Bruce Campbell back. Just do it. We're dragging out all the classics.
Do I think he needs to return? I don't think so, because...
What else do you think Bruce Campbell is going to be in at this point?
Well, I don't necessarily think he has to be in anything. I think I just look at it going as like, if the Evil Dead franchise has survived this long without him being in these two movies, exclusively being in these two movies...
It's only one movie.
It's two. 2013 and Evil Dead Rise. Yeah, for 2 seconds. So I think I look at it and I'm like, I don't mind it. When I say he's in the movie, I don't mean like he's the integral part of the plot. So when I say something like seeing the prequel with the priests as a third movie, I'm fucking down for that. Ash isn't in the movie, I'm still fucking down for that.
I'm still down for it, but I would love to see him back again, just because I love Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, but it's also a nostalgia factor as well.
Well, listen, we dragged Jamie Lee Curtis out for these last 3 Halloween movies.
True, fucking dragged her name through the dirt for that last movie.
I can't believe she allowed herself to be in that last movie.
How did she think that was... That's way off.
I almost... Do you know what? I almost feel like we need to do an anniversary episode for Halloween Ends, so we can talk about it again.
More. Shit on it more than we normally do.
we got Neve Campbell. Well, no, Neve Campbell declined to be in the last Scream movie, which I think she might regret at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the franchise is kicking off again. She made the wrong decision. To be fair, though, I'm still totally understanding of her being.
No, I support the fuck out of her, but
like, you should be paid more. You are the name of this series,
definitely.
You know?
But it has
apart from Courtney Cox,
it has to sting for her seeing how well this last movie did without her being
in it. Yeah, I suppose.
I felt bad because I was like Neve is like, she's my final girl. Well, Gail is my final girl. Like,
you just don't want to admit it.
But then, like, Sid is like the one.
Yeah.
You know, I reckon if you put Sid in a boxing or like in an arena with Laurie Strode, Sid would fucking kill the shit out of her. You know.
Wow.
I do reckon so. I do think so. Laurie has never managed to successfully kill Michael.
Well,
and Sydney has killed like 8 Ghostface.
I suppose it's
whatever. So yeah, I give this a solid like A- B+.
I'm gonna give it a solid B. As I said, like exclusively, the only thing I want to see more was certain things pushed a little bit further, because the sort of 2D aspects to some of the characters weren't fulfilling, and
what were they for?
and the gore could have been just pushed ever so slightly more. Yeah. You know, I wanted to see, like, if you're going to tear off a kid's the arms of a kid, show me you're going to do it. I don't want the implication of a kid just being fucked across the room. I want to see the arms being ripped out of those sockets. I want to see your man's guts being pulled out. I want to see it all. Evil Dead is, for me, pure gore factor. That's what it is entirely sold on. Show it to me or leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know, that was my kind of big thing. But I give it a solid B. It is a solid B. It's worth seeing. It's good money well spent.
I mean, I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to see it next week.
It's really good. It's worth watching, and I had a fucking jolly good time with it, you know?
Alright, geezer. What?
What are we doing?
What the fuck? Okay, so we are doing Passion of the Christ as promised to you 3 fucking weeks ago. I don't give a shit. Jesus is a fucking zombie.
You just
no, Nathan. If we get to do a whole fucking episode,
I have spoken to about this. When I tell them we're going to do Passion of the Christ, they literally look at me as if I have 3 heads.
That's because you do have 3 fucking heads. You fucking idiot. Freak
damn
bitch.
right.
Loser baby bitch asshole. Listen, why do you think... Okay, we'll get into it next week, but I will absolutely convince you that it is. If we can do a whole fucking 2-hour episode on demonology, we can fucking talk about Passion of the Christ.
I don't know, man.
I'm fucking sick of you. No, you don't know, because you're clueless and you're having a fucking thought.
Right, okay. Let's just...
side of your head.
Let's just see how it goes.
I'm telling you, bro.
It's going to be you talking for 90 minutes. Because,
that's fine.
Literally, I do not understand it. And every single person I've told this to has looked at me like...
Yeah, what? But everybody you know is a piece of shit besides me. You heard. Y'all heard.
Y'all bitches are hateful.
I don't give a fuck. I actually don't give a fuck. I can say it again. I don't give a fuck. But, like, just watch.
Right.
It is okay, look, if you take it the biblical context, it's about a man who is nailed to a piece of wood, okay? There's demons, there's a fucking werewolf in it, and then he comes back to life. That's a fucking zombie movie, Mary. I don't fucking give a shit. And then he invents tables. I'm just saying.
Christ.
I'm just saying. Why is Stigmata a horror movie, but this isn't? Seriously, why is Saint Maud a horror movie, but this isn't?
No, Saint Maud is God as a self-portrait. You know what it is?
Jesus is God and his son at the same time.
And the Holy Spirit at the same time.
Well, there you go. And then they nail him to a piece of wood. And he comes back to life.
Jesus Christ.
Yes,
right,
it is.
Exactly.
Precisely.
So that was Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, it sure was.
2023.
And next week it will be Yeshua of Nazareth Rise.
3 days later, y'all bitches are back.
For real, he's back again.
Back again. For the 2023rd time.
You just watch. I'm dying to talk about this.
You movie. Just watch. You just watch.
It's just JEW watch.
You've been listening to They're here.
JEW you've been listening to. Listen, I only said this sandwich was good enough for Jehovah.
Jehovah.
Okay, over.
Yeah. Make sure to... What the fuck?
Just heard all that out there.
Yeah, well, someone's playing music when they fucking shouldn't be, and they know we're recording a podcast in here. Thank you very much.
Bird outside, not the
Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on our Instagram for some daily updated content, if it gets updated.
Yeah, do that. We haven't recorded in nearly a month. What am I going to post about?
So make sure to leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought of the movie, and if you agree with us, because we're totally fucking right on our opinions. And
not always.
Well, I am. And
okay, say.
Yeah, I fucking knew Jesus. What are you talking about? He was a good man. He's good. He's good at parties too. You see his party trick with the water and wine. That was great crack.
Yeah. There's a video game that came out that's actually about Jesus. I'll show you in a minute.
Okay, right. Bye. 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 Bye.